You've probably heard rumors that a simple traffic ticket can get you deported, but no one ever gives you a straight answer. You Google it, you ask around, and even call a few lawyers and end up more confused than you started. The truth is, one legal decision, even something that seems small, can put your immigration status at risk. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly when a traffic violation could lead to deportation and how to protect yourself step by step. Because sometimes what feels like just a ticket can have serious consequences that'll last forever. Can a traffic ticket get you deported? The short answer is it's complicated. Hi, I'm Zyra Solano, immigration attorney and founder of Solano Immigration Law Firm. I've helped thousands of immigrants protect their status, and I want to give you the real fact-based answer. The truth is that most traffic tickets won't hurt your immigration status at all, but some traffic-related charges can trigger removal, depending on how serious that offense is and whether it connects to federal immigration law. Let's break it down. The following are the kind of traffic tickets that are safe. They're most minor infractions: speeding, running a red light, expired tags, parking violations. Those won't affect your immigration status. They're not really crimes, and usually they don't even show up as a criminal conviction. So in most cases, you're safe. So when do traffic violations become immigration problems? Well, immigration law focuses on crimes involving moral turpitudes, also known as CIMTs, and aggravated felonies. These are legal categories under the law that carry immigration consequences. Let's talk about CIMTs. Most traffic tickets are not CIMTs, but reckless or intentional behavior as part of the elements of the crime you committed can change that. Here's an example of reckless driving, especially if it involved injury to someone else or showed a willful disregard for other people's safety. Those can be seen as CIMTs depending on how your state defines reckless driving. A hit and run where someone else is injured or where you intentionally left the scene can also be seen as morally wrong and trigger immigration consequences. Aggravated felonies, these are even more serious and can lead to mandatory detention in an immigration jail and mandatory deportation. While some traffic charges don't qualify, there are some that do, especially if drugs or violence are involved. Here's an example. A client is pulled over for a broken taillight. Officers find marijuana packaged in a way that looked like it was for sale. Even though it was a small amount and the client got probation, it was charged as possession with intent to distribute. Under immigration law, that can be considered an aggravated felony, which makes this client deportable from the United States. Let's talk about the truth about DUIs and immigration. It's a huge trap. Driving under the influence or driving while intoxicated. If you're convicted of a DUI, it may not trigger an automatic deportation on its own, especially if it's the first offense with no injuries. But it stays on your record forever and ever and can affect green card renewals, citizenship applications, and future visa petitions. If there's injury involved or if you have multiple DUI convictions, that's where things get dangerous. Multiple DUIs, especially if they happen within a 5-year period, can be treated as a CIMT and create major barriers to immigration benefits. Documentation issues during traffic stops. This is what people forget. A minor traffic stop can still create immigration issues if you don't have valid documents. If you don't have valid documents on you. If you're arrested for a traffic charge, even a small one, and you get booked into your local jail, and then the local jail calls immigration authorities, Homeland Security can place a detainer on you. A detainer means that ICE is alerted and you can be transferred into immigration custody before the local jail releases you, even if your family paid a bond, even if you saw a judge and said you're guilty and paid a fine. That's why I always recommend that you carry valid documents like your green card or your visa and your I-94, especially when you're driving. Why should you never plead without immigration advice? Because sometimes criminal attorneys will tell you to just plead guilty and pay a fine, get this over with, move on. But what criminal attorneys don't always know is how that plea is going to affect your immigration status. A misdemeanor conviction might not be a big deal to them, but in immigration court, it could trigger deportation or block your path to get a green card. That's why you need an immigration attorney involved before you sign anything in criminal court or even go to court. Right now, immigration enforcement focuses mostly on people with serious criminal convictions, repeat offenders, prior deportation orders. But that doesn't mean that a traffic related conviction for something really minor won't get you flagged. Immigration systems now cross check state and federal databases more than ever before. That means that your record can be accessed anytime, even years later, during a visa renewal, traveling abroad, or your citizenship interview. This is what you can do to protect yourself. Always know what you're being charged with. Ask your attorney, could this affect my immigration status? Keep immigration documents on you when driving. If you have a pending application, if you already have a green card, if you have your passport with your visa and your I-94, that can help you. Never, ever plead guilty without consulting an immigration attorney. And if you've already been convicted of a crime because you pled guilty or a jury found you guilty, talk to an immigration attorney now to see if there's any options for you, such as post conviction relief or immigration waivers. To be clear, most traffic tickets will not get you deported. But if your case involves recklessness, injury, drugs, multiple offenses, it can be absolutely problematic. Your immigration status deserves to be protected for you, for your family, and everyone who depends on you. One mistake shouldn't define your future, but only if you handle it the right way. This is just one piece of the whole immigration puzzle. Right now, major changes are happening in how green card and citizenship cases are being processed, and they could delay or derail your case if you're not ready. In my next video, I'll walk you through what's happening with adjustment of status timelines and how you would need and what you would need to do to avoid getting stuck in the system. Make sure you don't miss it because time is not on your side right now.